Aye-yu-kwee, and this is my channel, The Midnight Librarian. Today I am going to be doing my September TBR with Becca's Bookopoly. So Becca from Becca and the Books has a TBR game that she plays every month, and it's Becca's Bookopoly. This month for September she has Bookoplathon, which is a month-long readathon that is based around her TBR game Bookopoly, which is in turn based off of Monopoly. Becca's Bookopoly is one of my favorite TBR games, and I've been wanting to do something surrounding it for a while now, just to see if I would enjoy TBR games. I don't normally post TBRs unless it's for a readathon. She did do another Bookoplathon back in July, but it was only for 48 hours. And to me, that just wasn't quite worth it. So I was really excited when I heard about the September long readathon. So that's exciting. I'm so excited to try this out. I'm hoping she does it more often. If not, I may be making my own board. But of course I will for future TBR videos, just because I'm realizing with all these readathons that have been happening over the summer, I've been actually doing pretty well. I haven't been feeling pressure at all, and I've been getting a lot of reading done. That being said though, it is the end of August and I missed 2 books from my August hopefuls that I was hoping to read. Because I just got busy and school started back up. I'm not going to school, but I work for university. So, and especially with it being virtual this year, most of the classes are virtual. So that's been a bit of a challenge and it's making work a little more hectic than usual. So, and when I get off of work, even though I'm working from home, when I get off work, I go straight into illustrating because I also have a contract that's deadline that's coming up. So I'm hoping this month is forgivable. I will of course be linking Becca and her announcement video for this readathon in the comments below, or description below, that she has a digital copy of her board for this particular readathon. She made a whole nother board for this readathon in particular, which good on her. That is downloadable, or if you have a printer you can print it out. I am lucky enough to have a printer. However, it doesn't print in color. So I had to take some pens and kind of mostly I just wanted to highlight chance and community chest cards. Becca has stated that she only rolls 5 times for and I think that's what I'm going to do too, just because I have seen it and I know that it can be a bit of a pain, particularly with those doubles. So, right, so here is the board. I'm hoping you can see it. There we go. And I also need dice. So thankfully, both my brother and I play Dungeons and Dragons. So I need to borrow one of his 6-sided die. Oddly though, we don't play together just because he has a certain friend group that he plays with and I'm only just starting out. They've been playing for a couple of years now and I don't feel equipped to play with them. Where's mine? Yep, there's mine. There we go. So they're a little, they don't match, but whatever, it'll still work. And then of course I need my little character, so I'm going to use this. This is from Kubo and the Two Strings. It's the little origami figure of I can't remember his name, but I'll use that figure and we'll start on. If he stands up. If he doesn't stand up, I'm going to use something else. He doesn't stand up. I'm going to find something else. Alright, so I did find another little figure. This is a little frog that came in one of my niece's little bath bombs that I accidentally used. I was so confused. So we're gonna use that instead. And oh look, they're like perfect for this little board. Okay, so let's do our first. Oh god, I just realized I'm used to like, so that's already doubles, so awesome. I'm already doing 6 books rather than 5. So that's 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, audio or ebook. So my first roll was a double. I'm glad I stuck with 5. And this was an audiobook or ebook. And this worked out great because I'm gonna put Aye-yu-kwee on as an audiobook. I have it out from my library right now. I meant to get to it back in August, but like I said, I just got busy. And I read Aye-yu-kwee earlier in August and really enjoyed it. And I hope to just finish, I think it's just a duology, correct? So I hope to just finish off the series this month. Aye-yu-kwee and Aye-yu-warrior are authored by Nnedi Okorafor. And since Aye-yu-warrior is the sequel, I'll tell you about Aye-yu-kwee. Aye-yu-kwee follows Sunny Unwaze. She is an albino Nigerian. I think she was born in Chicago, and then until she was about 6, and then moved to Nigeria. Then her family moved to Nigeria. And basically she's getting picked on because she's albino. This is a story based on West African lore. And basically Sunny finds out that she's a leopard person. So she has these magical abilities. And because she's albino, some abilities come more naturally than others. And yeah, it was just really exciting, and I love the first one. There is some content warning for child abuse as well as bullying, child death. The main antagonist in Aye-yu-kwee kills children, so just a heads up. And there's a little disturbing imagery. All right, let's go with roll 2. 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What is that? Standalone. Okay. Okay, so roll 2 was a standalone, so that's great. I am going to pick up The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This was another one I meant to get to in August and just didn't have time. The Only Good Indians follows a couple of Blackfeet men who go out and hunt a deer. Unfortunately, they kill the deer on a land that they weren't supposed to be on, and a couple years later, the spirit of the deer or elk woman ends up hunting them. So this is a indigenous horror, really. Stephen Graham Jones is known for his indigenous gothic stories. All right, let's do roll 3, 6, and that is a nature cover. All right, roll 3 was we landed on a nature on the cover. So for this, I'm going to pick Empire of the Wild by Sherry Dimeline. This, I believe, is the same person who did The Marrow Thieves, which I have not read yet. I don't own. This one was released in the US earlier, just a month or 2 ago. It has been released previously in, I believe, Canada in 2019. So I was lucky enough to get sent this. Thank you so much. Eliza is reading from HarperCollins. Really appreciate it. But basically this book follows Joan. She's been searching for her missing husband, Victor. And when she finally feels like she's like getting over grieving for his loss, as they weren't able to find him, someone shows up in her town. And she swears it is Victor. It looks like Victor. It sounds like Victor. However, when she goes and approaches this man, he doesn't know who she is. He doesn't know who Victor is. He has no clue what she's talking about. He's just trying to spread the word of God. And Joan is finding that whoever this person is, it's not her Victor. And so it's this trying to figure out who he is and what he's doing in the towns. Those are trees on the cover, so nature cover, that works, right? Okay, let's go with roll 4. Doubles again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Highest rated. Okay, so I rolled another double. I'm glad I've watched this before. I really am. Okay, so that is another roll added, and the prompt is my highest rated book. Going on to my Goodreads TBR, I am going to organize it by average rating, by the average highest rating. Looking at that, what's on the top of the list is Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. This is the same author who did The Smell of Other People's Houses, which was, I've read before, it was a 5-star read for me. So this is an anticipated release for me. However, this doesn't come out until 2021, so that's not going to work. The second one on this list is The Mason House by T. Marie Bartineau. This doesn't come out until the 29th of September, so that's not going to work. That's cutting it too close. I will be pre-ordering it just to support the author. However, what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is just find the first physical book I own in my Goodreads TBR that's organized from highest average rating to lowest. And actually the first one that comes up is another one that doesn't actually come out until October 13th. However, I am so grateful for this. I am lucky enough to have the ARC, so that's what I'm going to do. And that is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is a book, an epic adventure inspired by pre-Columbian America. That's what I'm going to read. This is what's going to be on my TBR for that. For highest rated. I think like the 15th one, but I don't have any of the other ones. I hope to at some point. I don't know much more about it, and I needed to read it anyway. I just love the cover. I've read Rebecca Roanhorse before. I've read The Trail of Lightning, and that was kind of a miss for me. However, I do plan on reading the rest of the series once I have it. All right, roll 5, which is not my last one. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Double 3s. That's 8. That's an 8th roll, but these are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Translated. Oh my god. That's 8. Oh my. Okay, I think if I get any more after that, it's just not, I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. 8 is pushing it. I read 7 books on average each month, so 8 is pushing it. So the prompt is a translated book. I believe, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to read The Heart by Malice de Kerangal. I apologize if I said that wrong. Yes, but this is translated, I believe, from French. And it's a book I thought was written in verse. However, it may be written in verse for French, but when translated. Driving back from an early morning surfing trip with 2 friends, Simon Limbreth is involved in a fatal car accident on a deserted country road. Framed within the 24 hours following the crash, The Heart describes the resulting heart transplant as life is transferred from this teenage boy and given to a woman close to death. Elise de Kerangal examines the deepest feelings of everyone involved, grieving parents, dedicated doctors, and nurses as they navigate decisions of life and death. This has been on my TBR for a while. It's a little dirty because cats. I'm glad I'm able to put this on my TBR. I think this is the only translated work I have that I have not read. All right, roll 6. 3. Oh my goodness. I was holding my breath. Okay, so 3. 1, 2, 3. Foiled cover. Okay, thankfully we got a 3. and we landed on foiled cover. So for this, I'm going to go with another Rebecca Ron horse and do Race to the Sun. This is a Rick Riordan Presents. I believe this follows Ms. Honey Begay, and she can see monsters and she believes that her dad is working for one. That's all I know of it. That's all I want to know going into it. I figured a good middle grade will help me this month with the 8 prompts. All right, roll 7. That is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Middle grade. All right, so roll 7 was in middle grade. Thank you. And for that, I'm choosing The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. I have read this before. I remember a teacher reading it out loud to me in elementary school. I think this is technically a children's book. However, I see that quite a bit of people have listed it as middle grade as well. I'm just going to say it's middle grade, even though I vaguely remember it being 5th grade that it was read to me. So this book follows Milo, who's a young boy who doesn't have much of an interest in anything. So when he visits the Phantom Tollbooth in the lands beyond, he meets an enchanting cast of characters and creatures that teach him the importance of words, numbers, and ideas. So I remember really enjoying this when I was little, so this will also help hopefully get through the month. Okay, last roll. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A standalone. Alright, so the final prompt is another standalone. I'm kind of slightly disappointed I didn't get any chance cards or community chests, but like I said, I really hope that Becca does this again. If not, I'll have to. I'm assuming she will. At the same time, if she doesn't, I may just end up continuing to do this just out of fun. But for the last prompt, it was standalone, and for that, I will be reading another arc that I was happy to receive. Apple, Skin to Core, and this is by Eric Gansworth. The term apple is a slur for Native communities across the country. It's for someone supposedly red on the outside, white on the inside. Eric Gansworth is telling his story in Apple, Skin to Core, the story of his family of Onondaga among Tuscaroras of Native folks everywhere. From the horrible legacy of the government boarding schools to a boy watching his siblings leave and return and leave again, to a young man fighting to be an artist who straddles 2 worlds. Eric is shattering that slur and reclaiming it in verse, in prose, and imagery that truly lives up to the word heartbreaking. This comes out also in October of this year. Alright, so this plus Akata Warrior is my TBR for the month. This is ambitious. I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is a little ambitious. Like I said, normally my average is usually 7, and at least 3 of those are usually audiobooks. I can see if any of these are audiobooks available to me through my library. I'm also pretty excited about them. I did get like all the ones that I had originally wanted to get on the TBR done, so I don't need to add any extra. Alright, so that was my September TBR with Becca's Bookoplathon. If you enjoyed this, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed me, if you want to see more of my content, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon to get notified when I post more content. Updated links and information to fighting social injustice is in my description. The Quileute tribe in Oregon is trying to move locations. They are in a tsunami zone. Try to move out of that tsunami zone. If you have bought if you have bought Midnight Sun, I really encourage you to donate, particularly just because Stephanie Meyer culturally appropriated the Quileute tribe's stories and made them her own without any permission. So I don't care about your nostalgia. If you bought it, please support the tribe. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. I hope everyone is being safe. I hope you're washing your hands, not touching your face, socially isolating, seeking out mental help if you need it. I hope that you are in a mental mind state to be able to enjoy your reading. I will talk to you again soon. Chew.